Hi and welcome to eCampervanHire.com. Today we are reviewing a Camperman campervan. So let's not beat around the bush, let's get straight into it. The model they've chosen to go with is the Toyota Hi-Ace van. This is a 4-year-old model, this one. It's a manual or a stick shift if you're from the US. It's quite an efficient van, very quiet, very easy to drive. I like it. Comes with your stock standard CD player and FM radio and the ubiquitous cup holders, which are a very good thing to have on long haul drives. It doesn't come with anything related to iPods, so we like to bring along our own iPod player that you can then rebroadcast into your FM radio. It doesn't come with full fuel. They issue it with whatever was in the tank and you have to return it to Camperman with the same amount of fuel in it. Also, they've added a nice little touch of having the stickers up in the corner here that tell you how high the high top vehicle is. And a little reminder to keep driving on the left hand side of the road, which is what you do when you're in Australia. Got a good layout for the kitchen area. You can see there's an independent little section for the sink. The cooker is up here, microwave and fridge. The microwave will only work when you're on 240 volt. The cooker is gas and it's an Engel brand fridge, and they are one of the top brands you can get, though this particular model can be a little noisy at night time, but you get used to that. Standard hand pump for the kitchen sink, not a foot pump, not a battery driven. Foot pump would be great, but this is the most common hand pump you'll find in any of the camper vans anywhere, and if it ever breaks when you're on the road, it's really easy to find a replacement. The only thing to keep in mind is that the 60 litre water tank and the gas cylinder are not refilled by Camperman before you arrive. So on the first night, if you're out of luck, you could find yourself without enough water or without enough gas. The upside that, particularly for the gas, is that other companies will charge you a $20, $30 refill, and you've only used, one tiny bit of the gas tank. So generally it's a plus. Storage is reasonable. The majority of the storage will be under this bench here, where it's broken down into two sections. Because it's divided in half, it might not suit very well for the length of a backpack or the length of a suitcase, so it might make it a little squishy. On this side, about 2/3 of it is taken up by the house battery and the water tank. Often a water tank you'll find underneath the car, so it's a bit of a disappointment that it takes up some storage space inside, but it's not a big deal. You can still get into the end here. There's also some storage up the top here, and if you need to, you can store up above the driver as well. The table is pretty easy to erect. There's some little binders there. You just put that down through the middle there and tighten that on. You put that on there and you've got your table. You also use the table to help make the downstairs bed. And there you have it. And this model, there's also an upstairs bed. The rating for upstairs is at 97 kilos, so I think it's more designed for kids. You might want to check with Camperman if you can have 2 adults up here. Camperman has got depots all up and down the east coast of Australia. The one we picked up from was in Sydney. It's not too central in the Sydney area. It's about probably a $40 cab fare south of the airport, but you can take a bus there if you need to. People there were very friendly, very efficient. Walked in, got checked in very quickly, all done and dusted in a short amount of time. The vehicle we got is a Juliet. It's obviously a high top. It has 3 seat belts in the front and 2 seat belts in the back. The vehicle itself is very clean, seems to be running very efficiently, and is a pleasure to be in, to tell you the truth. So the people are nice, the vehicles are great, so Camperman, get her a high recommendation.